All right, everybody, welcome in. This is Algorithmore, and this is going to be another Stormgate cast. This is Chat Has Me Hostage, and his opponent in this will be H0kie. That's because I got these off of the replay channel on the Discord. H0kie posted this, and I'm not going to spoil the game by saying why H0kie posted this, but this is going to be an interesting Vanguard versus Infernal for sure. I hope, at least. And to look at this, I wanted to take a quick look at what Chat Has Me Hostage is doing here. Has opened with a barracks, is pumping out a Lancer, has another Rax, and does have a Biokinetic Lab on the way. So this is a quick opening into a Rax, whereas it looks like H0kie's going pretty standard to production opening into, it looks like an expand right on the way here. Let's just follow and sort of see that. So effigy, often there's an effigy pop there. The effigy pop down here instead. So that's an interesting choice. There's no farm place there either to speed up the shrine. So of course in 0.4 they added the new building mechanics for building on Shroud are going to be a little bit quicker. So for that reason a lot of players have been opting for that. Now what has been going on back home here, we do have the kinetic redirect on the way, and Lancers are out. There are 3 on the map right now, 4th one coming to group up. And so far, H0kie's doing pretty much the same thing we would expect. Creeping out, trying to get on the map, get some phantoms. Phantoms don't last very long, so you need to be running to the next creep camp as soon as possible. And this is a case where they're going to do some, what I call team creeping. Let's share the creeps for a minute, but no, the Lancers try and get out. Good job of the Lancers to take out the effigy, and I think they've decided we're outmatched. We're going to go home. The Phantasm's trying to do a little body block. A couple more Lancers pop out. The healthy ones run forward. A little focus fire made one of them low, but they have been able to get it. And look at them. Promotes up. That must have meant that Tier 2 just finished, and we're about to see Kinetic Redirect finish. Ooh, good chop on some Gaunts. This is what you should be doing with your Lancers. Ooh, incredible control. Two Lancers sent after the Gaunts, while the rest of them are going for the Brutes. And what was looking like a good sort of battle for H0kie to take turns into actually a really good battle for Chat Has Me Hostage, who I don't think has lost a Lancer yet, and is soaking up the speedy juices, but could have been soaking up some healing juices. Nonetheless, getting the passive heal. And H0kie back out on the map. This is a little dangerous for him as these Lancers are moving out. They're going to come steal the health camp, and I do like this, as that means that's going to give them the opportunity to heal up. Now, is H0kie going to come back and grab that? They're going to get these momentary healing. H0kie wants to get in there, pops an FD very wisely, but again, huge control from Chat Has Me Hostage to get that effigy out there and doing a great job. Some of his units, oh, even pulling some units back to go into the healing. We're getting some veterancy ranks. Not clear if those were more promotes triggered or just from this sea of blood that we've got down there. So Lancers are going up the ramp, and they're finding Fellhogs here. The best unit for the Infernal faction is the Fellhogs, according to recent chatter. And Chat Has Me Hostage says, "Let me go heal up again." And H0kie wants to make something happen, but I don't think this force is going to take on those Lancers, especially in the healing camp. H0kie does chase him away. I think this was more Chat just deciding, I'm going to go maneuver around while I get a few more units. More Lancers coming. It's just pure Lancer. In the meantime, Chad Has Me Hostage has gone for the second base and does have a mech bay here and is pulling out a Vulcan. It's only Lancers. A lot of Vanguard are going for the Exo transition around this stage, but I think the Lancers... Is this... No, that's another Lancer. I'm like, where are they going? They're coming for this back door. Maybe they're just looking to see if there was a base there. But I think one reason why we're seeing so many Lancers is the preservation of that early Lancer army, which I like to comment in this Vanguard versus Infernal meta right now. If you do open with the Lancers like this, you want to get them on the map, get some damage done, but then if you can preserve them as much as possible... A lot of other Vanguard might have like 5 or 6 Exos, but Chad Has Me Hostage just kept making those Lancers. Magmadon's out. Now that is the right answer from H0kie, I think. Magmadons are traditionally considered good against Lancers. And there's our first Vulcan with some medtechs. We got a Nanoswarm out. A jump jet doesn't hit anything, and that means there is going to be tramples coming out from the Magmadons of H0kie, and it's going to get on top of a lot of Lancers, but the bulk of the Lancer force is on top of the Brutes, and those Brutes are going down. Fiends trying to scurry away. A few Mags hoping to get home, but no, trapped in by the body-blocking Lancers and taken out. Once again, I'm not sure if any Lancers went down there. Maybe 1 or 2. The ranks of veterancy are really telling the tale there. Means extra hit points. Means extra damage. And H0kie has got his production up pretty well that he is able to reproduce. But so far has been engaging with armies that are not the same sort of supply. And every time that's meant more ranks of veterancy for Chad Has Me Hostage. Ooh, we got imps out. Are they going to flame on? No. They're just here to die. I feel it. I feel them. And that's GG out of H0kie. Alright, welcome back. This is going to be another quick cast. This is going to be Turlagh. Who's the submitter of this cast? Again, on the Discord. Maybe you already seen it. And his opponent is iNveiN, the red Vanguard. So again, this is going to be Vanguard versus Infernal, and that is the theme of today's cast. We have a triple Vanguard versus Infernal, and so far both of the matches we've seen have had similar openings. That is, we've got a barracks opening from iNveiN from the Vanguard player, and Turlagh opening 2 productions, the Vault and the Conclave, into the Shrine. And there we go, a little farm. We didn't see that in our last match from H0kie. But as that farm finishes here, it's going to support the build time. And we see that little animation. I think that animation was from the old Hellborn animation. I think Hellborns have a new flame animation when they attack, and that's the old one. Maybe tweaked a bit. We got Gaunts out. We got our first Brute out. And over here, what came out? Nothing? Straight into... Oh! Straight into a mech bay. Oh, you need a central command. I was like, I think that's tier 2 unit. Not playing Vanguard means I'm not 100% on all the tech, but that was my thought. So, while I was over there chittering about Turlagh, we have iNveiN making a Vulcan. Making a Vulcan. The creeping of Turlagh is going as expected. Brute goes down here. And a few Fiends come out of that. Phantoms, and scurrying across the map to maybe do some jacking. Jack some of those creeps, but wait a second. there's already a Vulcan and his servo buddies. And I think as Turlagh, you're probably thinking this is a sweet move. I'm getting your health camp here. You're not even out creeping yet. Where are your Lancers? But the answer is Vulcan attack. And this is not going to be great positioning for Turlagh. I mean, this could turn into a base race here. Vulcan in the base. Bye-bye, Gonti friends. Bellhogs. Brute pops out. The thing about a Vulcan like this in this early game is they're effectively invincible with the servos on there. And the servos are on auto repair, which means it's kind of easy mode. At the moment, they are repairing the Vulcan. So when there's focus fire going down on the servos, they are going down. Now we have a shields up on that Vulcan. And the Vulcan's just going to town, mowing brutes. No, ooh, another Vulcan. His Vulcan buddy showed up. Double Vulcan. Only one servo left. And the brutes are trying to kill that first Vulcan. There's still repair going down. Jump check away and a promote to get that extra HP. It does go down, but there's still a full health Vulcan here. And a servo. They finally go down to try and take out that servo. But I think this Vulcan's going to stay up. And decides to... Yeah, I'm like, going to march in the into the main. I think so. There are a bunch of juicy imps down there. Two brutes here with a charge. We do have Infernal Fury up. Imps turn to fight. Good focus fire there. But another Vulcan's just showed up. Three brutes, or two brutes and two fiends. Oh, those imps there were such at risk. Vulcan, another Vulcan goes down. I think that's GG from iNveiN. All right, we're back in it. It's a rematch from that last game. Once again, we got iNveiN and Turlagh. And Turlagh was able to hold off the Vulcan push last time. I thought the Vulcans were going to win, to be honest. I could feel it in my bones that they were meant to win. Maybe a few more servos needed to be pulled. I'm not certain. And we'll see if iNveiN's going to do the same thing this time. If so, I'm cheering for you, iNveiN. Turlagh is opening the same way, with a vault and a conclave and into the shrine, it looks like here. And how we doing over here, iNveiN? Gathering a lot of Therium. That tells me we are going into that McBay. What are you doing, buddy? Are you here for habitat, maybe? Yeah. Little early. Interesting. Pulls back a few servos early. Needs to get mining if he really wants. So this is maybe a build that's in practice, as you do. Trying to find, you know, do I really need to pull that many servos to rush build the mech bay if it's going to sit idle there for an extra, 20 seconds or however long that was. We did see iNveiN pull a few servos off early. Which, if you're out there practicing your builds, that's what you got to be doing. Make little variations, see how it works. If you're really good, check the times. Check your timing, see how it works. And you might be like, oh, I got my Vulcan 5 seconds earlier this game because I pulled servos, or I used one last servo or something like that. Now, with this said, our first Vulcan, as we can see there, popped right out. And it's 5 servos pulled. Now, one thing about this build that we can see here is iNveiN is left with very few servos. And hopefully is pumping more servos. Now, Turlagh is stuck to his build, and good job for you, Turlagh. This is trying to jack those creeps. In fact, has run and jacked both the creep camps from iNveiN before even getting his own camps. That's like a nice... It's a nice change. One brute goes running by, sees what's happening. Now, I'm not certain what order these two games were played. I assume they're both ladder games. Of course, in this cast, this is the second game. So if it was the second game, then we should expect that this was expected. We have this Shroud Stone that was put down, and it's going to be taken out. And Turlagh very wisely waiting till all his units were together and then pulling them. But, wow, promote going down, shields up going down. There is some focus fire on the servos. Another Vulcan showing up. The shields up is over. The first Vulcan is very low and goes down. The second Vulcan is also gone, and that's a GG.